Bepful was assumed to be among those who died to Uliarder's uncontrolled rage, however this was not the case. He arose again, now under the name of Votan. He began collecting outcasts from the other magical orders such as the Grimm and Arkini guilds, and turned to an old maze under the city of Iraq. He spent a long time wandering through it, although just as he began drifting away, voices called out to him and guided him to the ruins of an ancient dwarven temple. He and his recruits used this ancient ruins as the building block of what is now named Arcanum, and formed a new magical order, the Mages' Order of Arcanum, a place free from restraints. A place where magicians could go to channel their curiosity into the magical arts. Enter Glechoma. While the world explored how deep it could go into conflicting with itself, Glechoma studied. He simply absorbed every book, every tome, every piece of information just seeped into his mind. But he wasn't simply a bookworm, he tested this information constantly, furthering even more his knowledge. His curiosity was boundless, and the Mage's Order was the perfect environment. His interest was piqued when it came into contact with demonology, Votan's personal field of study. First he studied the demonic language, then he began summoning demons, using them as test subjects. But it wasn't enough, he had to know more. Glechoma had read up on astral projections, one of few ways to enter the realm of Sheol. Before Votan could stop his student from attempting the impossible, Glechoma was dead. There are only a few beings allowed to perform this voyage to Sheol and return alive. These include the witches in the swamps of Iraq. Once every 3 months, and during the full moon, the witches begin an unholy orgy that results in a trance-like state in which their souls enter Sheol. The second type are the Watchers, as Sheol was their home before being taken over by beings simply referred to as the Lords of Sheol. The final type are the Artivox, and these are beings of great power designated by the Lords of Sheol to travel to Medivia with the hope of gaining ground in their war on everything. Knowing this, it can be easy to understand why Bepful, now known as Votan, thought that Glechoma was now dead. He placed Glechoma's body in a purple coffin, wrapped in red silk, and began a torturous decline in his mental state. He had failed his student, and allowed his friend to die. But that is when it happened. A fire rang out and torched the whole room, but the flames did not burn Votan, in fact they were cold. And that is when he appeared, still wrapped in red silk. Glechoma had left a student, but now reborn in the flames, he was the Red Mage. The two were ecstatic to see each other and spent a long time catching up from their days apart, although Glechoma's work had only just begun. A mere 2 days after his homecoming, Glechoma traveled to Garagat where he designed a circle, with symbols and writings unknown even to his teacher. It was a seal written in the language of the demons, the language of Sheol, and was there to imprison the half-demon, half-human abomination known as Uliarder.